fashionable, powerful.
Hi, I'm Avita from Geek Culture. Hi, Kit, and hi, Chloe.
Hi.
Nice to see you again. How are you both?
Good,
Good,
thank you.
thank you.
Now, my first question is for Kit. Welcome to the MCU. What was your initial reaction to finding out that you're going to be in a big Marvel movie like The Eternals?
Here's how I felt that you get a call off Marvel and you have to sort of temper your initial excitement, don't you? Because you go, every part of your brain is firing off, going, say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes. And then you go, wait a minute, who am I playing? And then I was lucky in that it was a conversation and it was a kind of collaboration from the get-go initially with Nate and then with Chloe, and it was a chat about who the character was and who he'd be in this, and based on that information, you don't necessarily get a full idea of a script at first, but you get an idea of the character and where it could go. Then I went, yes, please.
Were you a fan of the character? Like, do you know much about Dane Whitman or the Black Knight in general?
I wasn't a fan of the character. I had to look him up, but once I saw what his thing was and where it could go, I was like, that's got a lot in it that could be interesting to mine.
So this question's for both Chloe and Kit. Where do you think Dane could go? Like, what are your hopes for this character moving forward? Like, where do you see him fitting into the wider MCU?
Go for it.
Well, if you haven't picked up from the existing movie, when Cersei and Dane are talking on the phone in the Amazon, and Cersei is saying, go visit your uncle, and you always wanted to make amends. Dane was like, my uncle? No. And Cersei said, go. And so anyway, the phone cuts off. While the next few days, when the whirlwind is happening in our movie, on the other side of the world, Dane is thinking, should I go see my uncle? Maybe I should. And then he did. In my mind, he did. I mean, that's how I conceived it. So then in the end, when you see him and Cersei together, when he says, family complicated, and I think he's found out something quite unique about his past.
What's interesting about all MCU movies, especially with the Avengers, the four of them, is this idea of plot going on in the background.
Yeah.
So you're watching one movie, but you can link back to plot that happens in that movie in another movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really clever. And there's an element of that Chloe's referring to in this that could go somewhere.
I do have one last question. Now, of course, this movie sees you, Kit, reunite with your good old pal, Richard Madden. What was it like to share the screen with him once again since, 2013? That was like season 3 of Game of Thrones.
You know what? It's never fun sharing the screen with Richard Madden because slightly taller than me. He's got a much better jawline.
Come on.
And it's just charisma's coming literally in this movie out of his eyes. So it's hard to go toe to toe with him, but he's a friend and I love working with him, and I hope we get a longer time on screen next time.
Oh, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.